Live.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
Wait, all right, screwed up. Sorry. Had the wrong track going. Hold on. Hold the phone, everyone. It's okay. We'll get this going. Go.
I don't know what this thing is. I think it's a strip show, dance show.
Work there, dude.
Welcome back, guys. On today's show, an update on the man who was fined in his yard for having cancer. Cancer. I'll try that again. I'll try it again. Here we go. I know. It's just one of those days. Just one of those days, I guess it is. I don't know. I'll get through it. Welcome back, guys. On today's show, an update on the man that was fined for his yard due to cancer. TikTok is throwing underground rave parties in your neighborhood, and the real-life weekend at Bernie's goes wrong, and your friend Millie really likes chasing sausages. All this and much, much more will be discussed here on Deacon Live. How are you? How are things? How are things going? It's cooling off, or it's warming up here, or cooling off where you're at, and probably warming up where we're at, and we broadcast just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, a beautiful little town we like to call Marshville. We sit on about 22 some odd acres. We have chickens, we have horses, we have animals, inside animals and outside animals as well. Now, how are you doing? Are you doing all right? I am doing, it's a 50-50 shot right now. If you've ever ordered anything from like Amazon or Walmart or any online store, it's, you know, they've gotten better throughout the years as far as customer service. Yes, we'll fix this, or no, you know, you need to, we'll send you what is a QR code, and you know, you can scan it and bring it up to a UPS store and return it. Most returns are okay, and then sometimes you buy something and then you can get like refill stuff in your local area. Now, what happened, the reason why I say this is because what happened was I bought my wife a SodaStream, and I made sure that, hey, you know, it's got the CO2 cartridge in the back, it's got the quick connect, you put the big, it's almost like a liter, what, you got a liter of cola? It's like a liter bottle of water, and you fill it up, and then you put it in there, and you hit the little button on top. No batteries, no power or anything like that. It's physically gravity fed. Excuse me. Didn't have my coffee this morning. And it gives your water or whatever beverage you want. They say water, and then you can have flavoring later. CO2, the bubbly stuff. And I said, all right, so we bought it. I got it for her on Christmas, and we just ran out of the CO2 cartridge. So I went up to Walmart, my local Walmart here, which is, you know, like 15, 20 miles away. And I get there and I'm like, I go up to the counter and they got the big apron, the big tent thing. I forgot what they call them. Home Depot. I forget what they call them. The big tent thing that says we exchange tanks here. And I said, okay, great. I go up to the counter, I put my tank on the thing, and the tank sits about, you ever seen here, I'm really reaching on this one, a Japanese zucchini. That's about the length and the size of a CO2 cartridge that goes into a SodaStream. I know. Everyone's now Google searching Japanese zucchini. So I put the cartridge up on the counter, and the lady behind the counter kind of looks at me and goes, "Oh, you need a SodaStream," you know, smacking her gums and stuff. Grabs the SodaStream refill cartridge. It looks a little bit different than mine, but I don't know. This is my first time changing one out. She puts it on the counter. There's a core charge. She charges me for the full price, and then minus the core charge, I get the thing, and I go back home, and I go, look, babe, we have CO2. We have SodaStream again. Go to put it on, nothing. Won't work. Will not work. You know why? It's the old style. I didn't know there was an old style. I thought there was only one style. Well, I got the bad one. So I run back up to Walmart, and I said, look, I need the pink one. I need the quick connect one. Oh, we don't have those. You don't have them? Your sign right here shows both of them on the sign. On the sign, literally, I'm holding the sign. I ain't never seen those. And I've been here a while, which I don't know in Walmart life how long that is. But she said, I ain't seen that in a while. Okay, so what do I do? Well, I can give your money back on that one. Okay, but you have to understand, I still need a core to wherever I go to get the actual one that I need. So she just grabs one from underneath the counter and hands it to me. And it's a pink one. someone's already brought back a pink one, so they're handing out the wrong ones left and right. So these people not knowing, who knows what's going on at that Walmart. They didn't have a store manager for a couple months there for a while. Walked right out. So I get out to the car and I said, you know what, before I go anywhere and I leave this town and drive 20 miles back to my house, let me call the SodaStream number. So I'm looking on the very, very bottom of the thing, and very, very small writing says 1-800 whatever it is. I call the guy. It's over in England or something. I get a British guy. I didn't know where they're. Hello, mate. How can I help you? What happens if my Walmart, my local area, doesn't have the replacement cartridge? Oh, which one do you have? I've got the Q, the Quick Connect. Really? They have all the blue ones, but not the pink one. Huh, crikey. And I'm like, yeah. Well, that's very rare. That's very odd. Because normally they have all the pink ones and they can't find the blue ones. And I go left and right and trying to find up and down, trying to find the blue ones for everyone else. All right, so what do I do there, Hanky? Oh, well, what you can do is you can do our online service and send it to us through the mail. All right, how much is that? Well, shipping is $15. All right, how much is the tube? Oh, that's another $15. But it's not really worth it. You should buy 4 more cartridges, and then that way mailing is free. What? What? Buy 4? No, I'm not buying 4 more just so me and my wife, a house of 2 people where 1.5 of us drinks the seltzer water. No, I'm not buying. Well, sorry, chap. Go online and look under SodaStream in your local area to find someone, blah, 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 blah. All right. Have a smashing good day. All right. I will there. Hanky, I got to go. See ya. Click. So I get home. My wife goes, what happened? I told her the whole story. She's like, well, shit. What are we supposed to do now? I found it up at Target. They've got them. The girl behind the counter was real nice, real polite. Target's got it. Exchanged out, so we're good to go there. So that was my thing on the SodaStream. But here's another thing. Leave it to me, right? Leave it to this guy right here. So I bought my wife one of those Cricut cut things. You've seen them. Etsy's full of it. If it wasn't for these machines, Etsy would go broke. They should hand them out to people who have a part-time job or single moms at home. They should just hand them out to these women so they can put their shit on Etsy and sell it. It's a machine that cuts material. When I say material, like vinyl or cork or I guess metal, you can get different blades or something for it, and you can do it at home. It's like the little home craft thing, and it's about as big as my keyboard right here. It is how wide it is, and it looks like a little printer, almost like a printer, and it's got a little knife that goes around on it. Well, I know. I have all the issues. The knife was not touching the paper, so I called Cricut, and it's, again, I'm talking to a stay-at-home mom this time, and, she's working from home. You can hear the kids in the background. Very polite, very nice. We'll send you out a new blade. It sounds like the blade's bad. All right, they sent me out a new blade and a return package for the old one. Put it in there, nothing. No cutting, no nothing. It barely even touches the paper, doesn't scar or anything. And I raised the pressure up and raised the pressure down. And so I said, a week goes by and I'm like, all right, well, what are we going to do? Called them again. The Cricut people got another lady. She went through the email that everything was sent. She went through my file and said, yeah, did you do this? You did this? And she's like, and it still won't cut. And I'm like, no, it won't. And I'm being real nice and polite. You give in what you put out. So she's being real nice to me. I'm being real nice to her. She's like, well, let's do this. Let's do this. How about, it sounds like you've got a faulty machine. And I'm like, all right. One thing I said was, my wife's losing faith and energy fast on this machine. And if I go another month, this machine's going to just collect dust. She hasn't been able to cut anything on it. She's not going to cut anything on it. I need to get this machine fixed as quickly as possible. Oh, I understand completely, sir. What we'll do is we'll send you out a new one. Okay. Do you want this one back first? No. We'll send you out a whole new one. Now this machine, listen to me. This machine was almost $400 for the Explorer 2 or whatever, or Explorer 3. Sorry. The brand new one that's out there. It doesn't need the mat and all that. All you crafty people at home know what I'm talking about. I said, you're going to send me out a new one? Yeah. When you get the new one, just take it out of the box, save the packing and pack up the old one in there. But before you do that, I want you to take a video with this reference number on what it's actually doing, and then send it to me in a file and send the old one back to me. I said, so let me get this straight. Because, I've been screwed before, and I might not sometimes hear people right. You're going to send me just based on this phone call, actually 2 phone calls, you're going to send me a brand new Cricket Explorer 3 to my house. No credit card attached, no nothing. And I'm supposed to pack up this old one, put the return label on it, and send it back to you. Yep. Okay. Pretty trustworthy, people. But I mean, that is, I guess, good customer service. Do you agree with that or don't agree with that? Have you ever had anything like that's happened to you before? Or like worst case scenario, no, you got to jump through 15 hoops and bounce over 15 trees and jump over 27 fences just to get your product that you paid for in your hand that's not working. So I'd like to hear from you. And the way you do that is go over to ProfitRadio.com, PROPHET radio, click on the little Be Heard section. And if you get it in during this podcast, we'll play it on this podcast. If not, you can do it at any time and we'll play it on the very next podcast as soon as you get it in. All right, guys, we got a big show to get into, so stick around. You listen to Deacon Live right here on Profit Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. You want something for free? Of course you do. Everyone wants something for free. And you do too. And the way you get that is to go over to Profit Radio, PROPHET radio, click on the free swag section and just fill out the little form there and we'll send you, we got a bunch of sticker packs up there, pick out one you want and we'll send it out to you. And if you play cards right, you know what? I feel generous. I might send you all 3 sticker packs. How about that, huh? We got sticker magnets, a couple buttons and stuff. So fill that out and I'm not going to do anything with your email address. I got enough soda streaming and cricket stuff to be working on here on the French. All right, guys, let's see. My wife is known for, she's known for talking in her sleep. Ever since she was a kid, she would tell me stories. They'd have like slumber parties and stuff, and all the girls would wait for my wife to go to sleep. Not my wife, wait for Amy to go to sleep, and then wait for her to start talking because they would talk to her and then she would answer them in question and had no idea, talking in your sleep. Well, this gentleman right here, what seems like something out of a Shakespeare play, a husband turned to his wife into the police after hearing her speak in her sleep about a crime that she had committed. It happened when Ruth Ford, 47, woke up her husband, Anthony, 61, by mumbling in her slumber about money. The incident occurred a few weeks ago after Ruth spent thousands and thousands of dollars on a family vacation trip to Mexico. The trip set off alarm bells for Anthony, but she dismissed the suspicion, saying, hey, you know what? We've been, saving our money. We deserve to do this. After talking in her sleep, she found out that there was a debit card in Ruth's purse that was not hers. It was from a woman that she was taking care of. She found out somewhere in the process of taking care of this elderly woman that she had over, I think it said like $95,000 in her bank account. So she just borrowed her debit card and went on a big old crime spree or spending spree at the same time. So he reported his wife, who they've been married together since 2010. So you're talking a good hefty 11 years and who knows how long before they look like an older couple. I mean, 61 and she's 47. So 10 years, she would have been 37. He would have been 51. Math. I did it very well that time. Anthony, who lived with Ruth in England, explained that he had been worried of her behavior for the last few months, starting around when she began working as a caregiver. So he turned her in. And could you do that? Would you do that to your wife or your loved one or your spouse if they did something? Now, what is it? They call no one gets hurt. Harmless crime, no one get, no blood, no foul type thing. I mean, granted, the woman was old, she's elderly, she can't really spend her money, but maybe she had, other things in her mind as far as doing with the money. But yeah, she was talking in her sleep. Oh, you don't need that. $95,000 in my bank account. Stole it from a lady who lives in healthcare and doesn't want to need it. I mean, what is she saying? My wife normally just says weird stuff like, no, I'll talk to it. It's like an other end of a phone call. I know. We'll talk to him later. And it's like business phone calls. This is a conversation I get now. But yeah, she confessed in her sleep and her husband said, you know what? I'm going to turn her in. I don't feel, well, he would have been associated with the crime. So yeah, he probably did that to save his ass. Now, we get emails all the time. I get emails religiously here at the station. Now, I pay attention to all your emails because I have to, because you need to get your free stuff. And the only way I see that stuff is if it comes to my email box. But sometimes a lot of stuff, just like Lending Tree and all those other bank stuff, they don't want to give you money. They always want to give you money. Goes into your spam folder. And I think networks and companies and stuff have gotten really good. Like if you email someone, like if I was to email SodaStream, that email would go straight to my inbox, not to my spam folder. It's very rare that you see stuff in your spam folder anymore. So a lot of people don't even look at their spam folder. Well, this young lady here went to her spam folder and found out that she won $3 million. And you're like, yeah, right. How did she win $3 million? Well, here, Laura Spears found $3 million in lottery prizes in her email spam folder. Laura Spills of Oakland County, Michigan, can attest that she recently discovered a $3 million lottery prize sitting in her email box in her spam folder. So what happened was she purchased the Mega Million tickets on the lottery website, the Michigan Lottery website, on December 31st, 2021 drawing. She matched the 5 numbers with a $1 ticket, which gave her the $1 million, plus she did the multiplier up to 3, so she got $3 million. So I guess her numbers came through and the Michigan Lottery sent it to her in her spam, not sent it to her, sent her say, hey, your ticket won. We know what numbers you got. Is that common for a lottery? Okay, you buy the tickets online and they give you your tickets, whatever your ticket is, and you got it, in a folder or something like that. And then is it their responsibility to tell you that you won, or is it your responsibility to tell the Michigan people that you won? Well, nonetheless, she got a message from the Michigan Lottery saying that, hey, you won the numbers that we gave you won $3 million, but it ended up in their spam folder. So she went to her spam folder because she was looking for another email or something. And when she came to the lottery saying that she won a prize, she couldn't believe what she was reading. So she logged into her lottery account, which confirmed the message in the email that it was still a legit email, that she won $3 million. $3 million in your spam folder. What scares me the most, or what makes me freak out the most, is that they know what numbers you got and they emailed you back. I don't know, it's just kind of weird setup. But yeah, she had found $3 million in her spam folder from the Michigan Lottery. I don't know. I've seen people that have bought lottery tickets on their cell phones. Like here in North Carolina, you can do on your cell phone, buy lottery tickets, and they send you an email with the numbers and stuff. But do they let you know that you won? No, that's your responsibility. In Michigan, I guess they're kind of nicer up there, kind of like the people at Cricket that are sending me that $400 machine. Now, someone that's not very nice is this guy right here. This guy right here was working out at the gym, and he had his earbuds in, and he set them down for a second and, walked away or forgot that he set them down. And he realized as he was leaving the gym that he didn't have his earbuds in. So luckily they were iPod earbuds. So I guess on your iPhone, there's a tracker on there. So he, of course, what all kids do, what all teenagers do, all these young kids do, they go to TikTok and they talk about what happened. So he turned on the Find My iPods or whatever like that. A pair of iPods were in the back of his hands, and rightfully, here we go with big words again. The owner lost his AirPods, sorry. Gabriel 4J noticed his AirPods were missing. He tracked them via iPhone feature to a home nearby. I haven't even had a drink yet. Our AirPods got stolen at Planet Fitness, and we tracked them to this location. We wrote in an overlay text on the video. When he rang on the doorbell, an elderly woman answered the door. So I started questioning him, and the boy said, hey, I think your son took my my AirBuds. Gee, I'm going to mess this up tenfold. My AirPods are what they're called. Can't they just make them simpler? And the boy said, no, I didn't take them. So let me see if I can find the video here. Now, for every podcast we do, we have matching video as well. And you can see this by going over to prophetradio.com. Click on DeaconLive. And for every podcast we do, we have a matching video as well. So let me see if I can pull this up. Here we go. I'll switch to camera 4. And let me turn this up so we can all hear it. Is that what I want? No. Of course, the video has been banned now. Anyways, so he goes up to the mom and says, hey, you know, someone stole my AirPods. The mom goes, hold on one second. He goes into the son. The son denies it. And guess what? The son actually came out with him and handed to it. The mom was so embarrassed. You know, how do we teach our children, you know, not to steal? And you have to be careful, you know, with the tracking and stuff on it. He's going to be dumb. He's going to be dumb that the AirPod things weren't tracking him or being tracked. Oh, I got to do this real quick before I forget. Let's mute that. There we go. Now, for those of you with iPhones, iPhones, Apple launches a shot on iPhone challenge. Here's a good challenge that we can do for all you macro photographers. Now, macro is when you get really, really close to an object and you can see all the little fur and the fuzzies and stuff like that. They're actually running a challenge right now. For the latest shot on iPhone challenge, Apple is inviting iPro 13, and iPhone 13 users, Pro Max users, to submit photos of shots with micro features on those phones. Apple's long-running Shot on iPhone marketing campaign continues with new macro-only challenge that runs all the way until February 16th of this year. So if you got an iPhone and you got that iPhone 13 Pro or the iPhone 13 Pro Max, they're doing a high-resolution macro competition. And you go to, let's see, where do you go? Go to apple.com to fill out all that information. All right, guys, stick around. When we come back, we'll find out what's going on with IT Dan and so much more. We have an update on that guy who's the judge was yelling at him about having cancer and not mowing his lawn, and she was going to throw in jail. Well, she's come back and actually reported herself, and we'll get into that story here when we come back. Stick around. You'll listen to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. You want to be heard? Everyone wants to be heard. And the way you do that is go to Prophet Radio, Prophet Radio. Click on the little blue bar on the landing page there. Opens up a little microphone on your tablet, on your computer, on your smartphone, wherever you're listening to us at. Go there and leave us a message. Comes right here to our inbox. And if we get it in time today, we'll play it on this week's podcast. If not, you can comment on anything we've talked about in the last few weeks or so. And we'll play it on the very next podcast. Any questions? We still have a podcast up from like 2017, and you can say, you know, what happened to him or what happened to her? Or what's going on there? What did you mean by that? All right, before we get into any more, let's find out what's going on with IT Dan.
Hello, Travis. How are you?
Hello, Dan. How are things?
Pretty good. One of our friends is pretty sick with COVID. I don't think it's hospitalization sick, but you know, flu sick and really feeling lousy. So.
Hold on, Dan. You're all in one channel. Are you on your phone or on a headset?
I'm on my phone.
Now, let me call you right back. Let me reset this because it's all in my left ear. Hold on. I'll call you back. No, it's still in my left ear.
Hello?
It's still in my left ear. Hold on. I got to maybe that's it. Is that it? Are you there?
I'm here. I'm here. I can hear you.
I know, but everything's in my left ear.
Oh, maybe it's your new, you got to return that new mixer box you have.
I don't know. Let me see. Hold on. Let me turn this off. Turn that off. You still there? Bluetooth, unpair, pair. Say something.
Okay, you got to go back to Radio Shack and get a new box.
Why is it only in my left ear?
Could be something wrong with the headphones.
Oh, hold on, let me check the headphones. All right, say something now.
Say something now.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, go figure. It's my headphones. It's my. God damn it! Sit straight. There we go. Now say something.
Something. How's that sound?
Well, just you gotta say more, Dan. You know how this works.
Oh. Well, I thought that you just need a short sound bite.
No, I just need to get your audio fixed on this thing.
Okay. I woke up this morning, didn't even know my audio was broken. That's just shows.
Dan, keep talking.
I'm talking. Oh, okay. I didn't know if you were still.
Yeah, keep going. I'll let you know when it's fixed.
Then I won't have anything to say when we start, because I'll use up everything that I've had to say.
Oh,
nice weather today.
Yes, very nice weather. Why is it? Oh, fuck me. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you fine.
It's all in my left ear. I don't like that. Let me reset this, Dan. Hold on. I'll call you back.
Okay.
Bye.
Hello?
It's still in my one ear. I don't know what the problem is.
Well, maybe you have a defective set of headphones.
No, it's not the headphones, because everything else works solid. I think it's your phone. I think you're standing on one foot or something.
No, I'm walking on both feet.
And you don't have Bluetooth or anything. You're on your phone.
No, I'm on my phone. My Bluetooth's in Kathy's car. I'm not home. Maybe it'll be better when I get home. You want me to call you when I get home?
Yeah, call me when you get home.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Thank you for calling SodaStream. Better bubbles your way.
There we go.
I can't get to the phone right now, but I will call you back.
Of course. You okay? Hello? Dan, are you live? Dan? Blink once if you can hear me.
10 minutes. Phone call. Hello?
Dan, blink if you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Okay, I fixed it. I had to redo the Bluetooth on it for some reason.
Oh, okay. And you blame it on my phone.
Well, sometimes, Dan, you do omnivorous things, so.
I got feelings too,
Yeah, but they're small.
I know. Let's see what's going on. One of our good friends has got COVID.
How did she get it?
I think her grandson's had it. She went to see him because she felt bad for him. But she's all triple vaccinated, but she's got health issues, and she was in the hospital twice last week. So she's somebody who shouldn't have been going out seeing anybody.
I was going to say, so her grandson had COVID or has COVID, and she went to go see the grandson who's got COVID. Meanwhile, she's got health issues and stuff, but she's quadruple bypass convicted, and she still got it.
Well, the vaccine doesn't stop you from getting it, but right now she's got like flu symptoms. She's no worse.
See, that's one thing I don't understand. I don't understand about the vaccine. A vaccine is supposed to eliminate it. Like if you get polio, now I don't want to get into the polio topic, but if you get polio, you get polio and you can only half walk or something? No, it eradicates it.
No, polio is a different thing. The polio vaccine eradicates it. The COVID vaccine, people have much better rate of people can have all the vaccines and die from it.
What about measles?
But I don't know about measles.
See, do you get a little bit of measles if you got the measles vaccination?
No, I don't know about that. What I was going to say is that they find that the people who are getting really sick and dying from COVID, it's a much bigger rate and a much bigger risk for the people who are unvaccinated.
Now, Dan, remember, it's not they don't die
100% sure.
They don't die from COVID. They die from complications of COVID.
No, they don't. We're going to go over that. Yeah,
right.
That's like Meatloaf. Meatloaf said, "I'll do anything for love, but I won't take a vaccine."
Well, he had a vaccine, though.
Yeah. No, he didn't.
No?
He was No, Meatloaf was a big anti-vaxxer.
Oh, I had no idea his political stance.
I did not know either till afterwards.
What, and Louis Armstrong or Louis Anderson died too.
Yeah, and I think that was just sickness. So, and there was some folk singer in Czechoslovakia that you can't travel in the country unless you either have a vaccine or you have had COVID and you recovered from it. So her family had vaccines and had COVID, so she spent all time with them so she could get COVID, and that was her game plan, and that didn't work out well for her.
Well, what if I travel with someone who's been vaccinated? Do I count?
Yeah. Yes, that helps you. That's like I stood in the men's room with a guy, and I know he had a condom in his wallet, so I'm safe.
Right.
No, and it's and I was reading that scientists have something that they're working on that they tested it in animals so far, and it's supposed to be like going to take care of all the different whatever COVIDs they are in any kind of SARS disease. It's still not ready for use and ready for.
Why not?
They've tried it. Well, they're still working on it.
Oh, they're still working on it, but they got the other vaccine in less than a year. Oh, we got the vaccine now. How many animals did they test it on? 4.
No, they're working on. I mean, it would be great if they had something. I still got a feeling you're going to have a large majority of people who, even no matter what it is, are just going to refuse to have the vaccine. So, but I mean, if they can make something that's going to take care of all the different SARS ones. And they said this is, compared to what they have now for vaccines, it's going to be this may be one that, prevent any from even getting sick at all.
Dan, how old are you?
That's good news.
Dan, how old are you?
68.
68. Do you have that little round circle on your arm, on your shoulder?
Yeah, I had the vaccines all when I was a kid.
So do you have that little mark on your shoulder, right?
I don't see it, but I had it before when I was a kid.
Well, there was it was a round tube and it had like 15 needles on it, and they poked you with that needle and squirted all the vaccines in you at once, and it left almost like a ringworm indentation, like a crater on your shoulder. My mom's got it, my dad's got it. I don't have it. But they did vaccines different when I was a kid. So what they're going to do now is they're going to actually have the Omicron, Delta, all the other variants, all the SARS in that roundabout needle again, and no more Vax cards. No. They're going to stick you in the arm. You're going to have that little round scar, and that's your new Vax card. Hey, you've been vaccinated, and you just show them your shoulder. Yeah, I've been vaccinated.
Where did you see that?
No, I'm just saying that's the path that we're leading down, because there's so many fake cards. There's so many, everyone's, not doing what they're supposed to be doing. And then that's going to be the next thing. We're going to do what they did in the 60s and 50s and 40s. We're going to do that round thing and jab it in your arm, and you're going to have a scar on you. And then there you go. You've been vaccinated. I've seen it in movies a million times, Dan. It's going to happen.
But then they're going to have people that go around, and plastic surgeons will do that and make that scar look like it's for you. And then what they'll do is they'll go inject air. They go, don't worry about it. We're just going to inject air. And you inject the air into your bloodstream. What happens? You get a blood clot and die.
Right.
So they'll do that, and they'll get the money for it. Yeah.
Well,
topsy-turvy world.
Well, what it looks like, you ever seen a cigarette lighter in the old school cars? You pop it in, and then after a few seconds, it pops out. And then that's what the scar looks like on your arm, like a little round burn mark. But here's the thing. Here's the catch, Dan. No cars today have a plug-in cigarette lighter anymore, so they can't replicate that. You've got to go to, I think it's 1997. It was the last one that they were put in the cars, unless you actually asked for it.
Yeah, I used to have them in my car. And you know what's the great thing about buying a car for $20?
What?
You're a kid and you're driving around and you got a bunch of kids in the car riding around, and you plug in your lighter, and then you plug it in. When it gets hot, you pull it out and you throw it in the back seat and see what lands on. Because you don't care if your interior catches on fire or any of that shit. I can't do that with my truck now.
So you're that asshole that does that, Dan. You're the asshole kid that does that. You're the kid I didn't hang out with on the playground.
Yeah. Did you ever do a Chinese fire drill when you were a kid?
No, I never did. You know why? Because that's stupid. I used to see him do it all the time. There's a road in downtown or just outside of Orlando, Florida called International Drive. It runs out front of SeaWorld and stuff. And that was the place where everyone used to drive up and down with their hot rod cars and all the fancy cars. And it was literally bumper to bumper. You went there on Friday, Saturday night. It was a mile and a half, or less. I'm sorry, it's less than a half mile. Let's say a half mile. And you go down to the Burger King, you go turn around, go back the other way. When you hit the Longhorn Steakhouse, you turn around and go back the other way. And you just did that all night long. Chinese fire drills, the cops would stand on the side of the road. And it was a 4-lane highway, two up, 2 back, and a suicide lane in the middle. And the cops would literally go, all right, you guys did the Chinese fire drill. You're not allowed to get out of a car in moving traffic. And everyone's standing still. So they would pop kids left and right doing that.
Yeah, and we did. I mean, we probably did it 3 or 4 times when we were kids, and not, and that was when there was nothing to do either.
Right. You got tired of licking paint?
But we'd always do it at a stoplight. We do it at a traffic light when you had a second. So, I don't think, I do not know anyone who's ever had problems from eating paint. I mean, my mother was a horrible cook, and I never, I would still eat the crap she made. I wouldn't eat, I never got to the point where I said, gee, I could really go for some paint. Yeah, no, that's insane.
Yeah, that is insane, and it's crazy. It's a crazy world. It's an insane world. Yeah. What else you got going on?
I watched 4 fantastic football games all weekend long. Every one of them was nail biters and just excellent play.
I started watching the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City. Who won?
It was they scored 25 points in the last 2 minutes of the game between the two teams.
Uh-huh.
And
that's not what I asked. I asked who won.
I know, but I want to tell you how it happened.
God.
The Bills scored a touchdown with 13 seconds left to go in the game, which is like a death sentence. The Chiefs got the ball from the kickoff. He threw 2 passes for they made it about 45 yards.
Just going somewhere?
Then they kicked a field goal to tie the game, and then the Chiefs won in overtime. But it was like unbelievable.
Well, good. I'm glad I didn't watch the whole thing.
Yeah. If you watch the highlights, it wouldn't be a bad idea to watch the highlights of that game.
I don't have time to watch the highlights. I watched I watched the first 15 minutes of the first quarter.
Yeah. Well, that doesn't mean anything. That's like watching the first 15 minutes of a movie, and then you can say what's going on in it.
Yeah, I just turned it off.
But if you can go online and see the ending of the game somewhere. That was fantastic.
You didn't record it? Can't you burn it on a DVD and mail it to me?
I did record all the games, but I deleted them.
Did you see the dildo from last week?
Yes, I did see that. Yes, we're doing that. I'm just thinking, I go, now, this isn't a guy, so some woman obviously carries the dildo in her purse for just in case she's in the doctor's office and waiting for something?
I think so. I think they said if anyone scores on the Patriots, honey, hold on. This is the way I look at it. This is the way the whole story started. Honey, what do you want me to do with this old raggedy dildo that we don't use anymore? I don't know. Let's bring it to the football game. What? Yeah, if the Patriots score, well, I'm just going to throw it out. No, give it to me. I'll bring it to the Patriots game. Me and Charlie and all them. And then I'm going to throw it on the field. And it's got, if found, return to Martha, whoever.
Yeah. But I mean, don't you think that they ought to do some kind of investigation, and we could really, really find out who brought it in and stuff like that?
Well, they did a whole investigation. They did a whole investigation when the Indiana Pacers were jumping up in the audience and beating everyone up when the guy threw the cup and hit Ron Artest. They had the video. They saw exactly who did it. So if they really want to break it down, turn the cameras on the audience and find out who threw the dildo.
Yep, they should do that. The Boston Bruins were getting in a fight. I remember they went through there, but that was before they had that many kind of cameras that they do nowadays. And they went in the stands and had a big fight with the fans. So that was in the 70s. The big bad Bruins and the New York Rangers.
Oh, well, there you go. Hockey. We're fighting as a sport.
Yes, I went to a fighting match and a hockey game broke out.
Right.
Yes.
What else you got going on? Anything, Dan? You doing all right? How's Kathy doing?
No, Kathy's doing good. She just made some chicken soup, and she made some delicious chicken soup. We've been using the Instant Pot and cooking.
She used any spam?
No spam in it. So, and I found out something interesting that
What's that?
There's a thing where someone won't eat the last bite of the sandwich. I had never heard of that before.
Well,
And I have a sister-in-law who butters her, when she puts jelly on her toast, it takes her like 10 minutes. She has cold toast, but she'll take the knife and make every nook and cranny is done. And so, I mean, there's OCD out there.
well, I mean, OCD is one thing, just not eating the last bite of the sandwich. That's another thing.
Yeah.
That was on last week's podcast. Well, thank you for listening to last week's podcast. My sponsorships and everyone appreciate you, Dan. All right, Dan, anything else before I let you go?
Yeah, I have something odd that I do that's like superstitious.
What's that?
I always put my right shoe on first. I can't put my left shoe on when I'm have to put maybe just starting out on the right foot. But it's been decades I've been doing that.
Riveting, Dan. All right, Dan. One step in front of, or one foot in front of the other, right?
Yep. So just want to let you know that everybody has a little idiosyncrasy.
Yes, we all do. All right, Dan. Well, I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, sounds good.
Tell Kathy I said hi.
I will.
All right.
Bye now.
Bye. All right, guys, stick around. When we come back, McDonald's is getting into the cryptocurrency. All this and much, much more will be discussed here on Deacon Live. Stick around. We'll be right back. All right, guys, welcome back to Deacon Live. Make sure you follow us on all your social networks, and the way you do that is go over to Prophet Radio, PROPHET Radio, click on social contacts, and it'll show all the links that are linked us to you and you to us as well. And make sure you get yourself some free swag there. Now, I also do several other different podcasts. If you go into the podcast section, you can see Equine Dynamics with Mike Stein. It's all about horses and stuff. We have horses here on our property. We broadcast just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, a beautiful little town we like to call Marshville. And we have a whole bunch of outside animals. We have a whole bunch of inside animals as well. Pause, please. Thank you. And we also do Is This Going Somewhere with IT Dan, and you can hear him on the last section there. And also we do Bad Calls, which is a whole bunch of telemarketers that call here to the station, and my job is to keep them on the phone as long as I can, and you'll hear some of those, and those are not safe for work. I do get a little foul, but that's just the nature of what they do, what they're trying to do to us. They're trying to steal money from us, and I like to cuss and raise a whole lot of cane with them as well. Now, someone who's cussing right now, this woman right here was outside doing a news report, and she was hit by a car. At this phrase, Tori Yorgey, Yorgey, a reporter for the NBC affiliate, WSAZ of Huntington, West Virginia, took heart when she suddenly got struck by a car in a live shot, fell, and bounced right back up and finished her report. Now, if you want to see this video, for every podcast we do, we have a matching video as well, and we'll show you right now this video in real time as it's happening here on the show. So I'll make sure I got everything potted up. And here we go. Oh, we got to make sure we have volume, and the volume is maxed out. And here we go.
Out on live television, Tori Yorgey, a reporter for
Yorgey.
That's the NBC affiliate in Huntington, West Virginia. She was about to do a live report when she was accidentally hit by a car. Take a look.
Unfortunately, in freeze thaw, we see this water.
So she looks like she's standing on the side of the road. You know, the typical scene where the guy in the newsroom is a split screen and the girl's outside. She's got the rain jacket on, and there's an emergency vehicle behind her that's got the flashing lights, like a tow truck or warning, move over type thing. And watch what ensues.
Main brakes.
Oh! So he's asked the inside reporter is asking her a couple things, and then she goes to retort on it. And right before that, you can see this looks like a Chevy truck sneaks up behind her and literally just smacks into her. Here we go. Oh, she rolls right down the side of the vehicle.
I'm okay. I just got hit by a car, but I'm okay, Tim.
That's the first for you on TV, Tori.
Woo! We're all good. I'm okay. Yeah, you know that's live TV for you. It's all good. I actually got hit.
The lady in the truck said, "Are you okay?" Yeah.
College too, just like that.
Wow.
I am so glad I'm okay. Yeah. You're okay.
We're so glad too, Tori. So the driver of that SUV did stop to make sure she was okay. But get this, Yorgey, who was all alone, no photographer, as you can see there, she goes on to finish.
So the lady comes out and she's like, "Oh, no, you're okay." The report, bullshit. Fuck that. I'd be like, bitch, you fucking hit me on live TV. We are going downtown and filling out some paperwork.
It's a live shot with the report about the weather situation there in Dunbar, West Virginia. Later,
she's like, "Oh, no, it's all good. It's all good." No, she should have never said that.
Hospital to get checked out. She is said to be doing just fine this morning.
She's my hero.
Oh, my word.
Never seen that.
Yeah. She said this, I think, her last week there.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Well, I hope she got a big job.
Yeah.
Because she's an intrepid reporter. I'm impressed.
Indeed.
So there you go. She got hit by a thing. But bullshit, man. I would be taking her to court. Now, last week we talked about, and I said some things that I thought were okay, and they're still okay to me. A judge was berating this gentleman for not having his yard cleaned up. And it's all grown, and his son, they're doing like a Zoom camera and stuff, and it's hard to hear the guy. He sounds Middle Eastern. And so the Michigan judge on January 10th berated an older cancer patient for not mowing his weeds, saying, "You know what, I'm so disgusted with you. I should put you in jail." And then here comes the son on the screen who's helping him do the screen and saying, "Hey, he has cancer. Dude, you go out there and do the mowing," like I said last week. Hammertrack District Judge Alexis Crott apologizes on Tuesday, saying she was very, very embarrassed for what she did. She also wrote up a statement that she reported herself into a misconduct panel. The Michigan judge who berated an older cancer patient for not mowing his weeds, so he says she was very embarrassed and apologized, noted a report to herself to the commission and investigates misconduct by judges. "I apologize in person. I apologize to the person who appeared before me and our whole entire community." This is her statement. "I have failed to meet the high standards that we expect in the judicial officers and that I expect of myself." This is what she said in a January 18th statement. The judge, she said, acted intemporarily, figure that word out, and added that she was very embarrassed that she did so. So she said, "I made a mistake. I apologize." So she actually reported herself into the misconduct for judges to see if there's anything. So she got ahead of the game. Basically, they're probably just going to slap her on the hand and say, don't do that again. Now, something has happened right now. Again, here we go in Michigan. Michigan, you're full of stories this week. Michigan schools are having problems with kids claiming that they are what they call furries, or identifying as cats. And they're running around going, meow, 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 and it's a high school. And they're like, and teachers are, oh God, what are they doing now? Can't they just bring a gun to school or something simple? Now we got to deal with kids dressing up as cats and running around like they're furries and something. Well, there was a rumor going around that the school board put litter boxes to sympathize with the cats in the bathrooms. No, I'm not talking cats like the felines that we have here on the property. I'm talking like these kids that think they're cats have protested and stuff and saying we want litter boxes because you are not being sympathetic to our whatever we identify as. So they are identifying themselves as kids or cats. The kids are identifying as cats, and so they want litter boxes in the bathrooms. Now, the school board may or may not have acknowledged that this is happening, but pictures have been taken in the school. Now, I don't know if it's a joke or anything right here. This is on Snopes, and they're pretty good about being up to date on that. So they haven't been proving them, yes, but the school board did not deny that as well. Now, someone who's denying something right now, oh God. Are you familiar with this guy, Neil Young? No? You know why? Because he is irrelevant. Are you familiar with this name? Joe Rogan. Yes. You know why? Because he is relevant. Neil Young is threatening Spotify right now over some of the words and phrases and all the stuff that Joe Rogan is saying on his podcast. He's saying that he's giving out bad information based on the COVID virus and the COVID vaccines and all that stuff. He's threatening Spotify to pull all his music off Spotify. Now, okay. First of all, why do we care? Because one, you haven't had a hit song since MTV was on the air full time playing music videos. Second of all, your media is not Spotify. Your media is CDs and old YouTube videos of you playing on stage as an old crotchety old man who looks homeless playing a beat up guitar. Now, granted, there's a genre of people that love Neil Young and Crosby, Stills, Young and Nash and all those guys. There's a group of people that like him and what he does. Now, if he's got a problem with Joe Rogan on Spotify with his podcast, how come he doesn't have a problem with me? Because I cannot stand Neil Young. I think his music influenced a lot of people to do negative things towards the government, negative things to the power, the the mighty, the high dollar people. And I believe that I am a high, mighty, all-powerful, mighty dollar bill, in my opinion. I am full-blood red Republican. I bleed it all the way around. And, we do have our problems, but so does everyone. I mean, Christ, we had Joe Biden up there calling one of the reporters a son of a bitch when he asked a simple question about inflation. So, if he's got a problem with me, if he's got a problem with Joe Rogan, he's got a problem with me, and I got a problem. Well, I don't have a problem with Neil Young because I could go anyone right now. Neil Young, though, like going, I don't know who that is. Is that two separate people? Is that a TikToker? Is that who that is? Neil Young, do me a favor. Sell your catalog like everyone else is doing right now. Shut the fuck up and go lay down somewhere and just enjoy your big bedroom full of mounds of money. And just leave it to people who know what's going on. Granted, you might know what's going on in your time, but you're not understanding what's demanded now as far as content and everything. All right, guys, stick around. We got a lot more to get into. And I talked about McDonald's getting into cryptocurrency. Now, if you got that Dogecoin, hang on to it because it's going to go skyrocketing. Stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Make sure you follow us on all your social networks, and the way you do that is go over to Prophet Radio, PROPHET Radio, click on social contacts, and shows all the links that you can find us and we can find you. We're available on YouTube as well. Twitch is still new for us. Excuse me. Twitch is still new for us. We just posted that. We haven't really pushing that a whole lot, but you'll capture a lot of our live streaming over there at Twitch. So if you want to get the right out of the can video podcast, go over to Twitch, hit subscribe, and you can see all the flub ups and stuff that goes on during the live broadcast and me panic and freak out and all the stuff that I do behind the cameras, during the cameras, and all the stuff that you don't hear on the actual rebroadcast of the show. Now, someone who's just about, actually has had enough is this young lady right here. She works for Subway, and of course, everyone goes to TikTok to post anything that they do, crazy and stuff. The U.S. in the midst of labor shortages is affecting restaurant industry. Since the end of 2021, fast food workers have been quitting their jobs left and right and doing it in phenomenal ways, posting it on TikTok and getting more likes and views and likes. This young lady right here was working at Subway, and she was getting yelled at by a customer, and she called the owner on the phone. Now, for those of you who don't know, most Subways are franchisees, which means, someone owns that one or owns several of them, kind of like what I think, was it Shaq owns Papa John's and a couple of Wing Streets? I'm not going to talk to you. Wing Street and I think Annie's Pretzels is a big thing for retired basketball people to have. So this is in, let's see where this is at. Let's watch it be Michigan again. However, some of the users of TikTok, let's see, doesn't say where it's from. Anyways, it really captures the unique moment in time where labor rights and supply chains issues and pandemics are coming to and making life awful altogether. Now, for every podcast we do, we have a matching video as well, and you can see this video in real time as we're talking about it here on the air. And I'll play it. And this is her. She's on the phone. I quit my job, and my friend filmed it. So here we go.
Filmed it all.
I am taking this the wrong way. I am. I'm offended and I'm hurt.
She sounds British, so here we go. Another British. She should go work for SodaStream. Oops, what'd I do? There we go. Well, I'm all over the place.
I'd like you to understand that today is going to be my last day.
What? Come on for what? Because I'm getting literally bullied. You would have saw the text messages.
So the friend's got to get in the picture right now.
You would have actually opened your phone and read them. You're asking me what the problem is. I know you can't deal with it. I know you can't deal with it, clearly, because you can't even respond to me saying, hey, sorry about this, but maybe I'll speak to you tomorrow. You can't even say that, not even a little bit. So who am I? What am I to you if I open your store every day and then you treat me like this?
So obviously the girl has tried to reach out to the owner to say, hey, look, this is going on, and no response.
I'm done. I hate the way I get treated here. I get paid shit. You told me I get paid good. I get paid shit, and I get treated shit. I try to make this store good. I wear my mask, but no. Just because one time I had it down because customers couldn't hear me or some shit, I get all the blame. Because Steph doesn't wear a mask, but no, it's me and Lucy. That makes no sense. You weren't here. You didn't see. Then how can you put the blame on us? Go speak to her. Don't speak to me. Don't speak to Lucy.
So there you go. Go speak to Lucy. She's recording me right now. So she quit, on TikTok. But I mean, you could hear it in her voice. She is not just doing this for the fanfare or anything. She's doing this because she's like, I am fucking tired of this. This is bullshit. I am tired of this going on. Now, another customer right here, TikToker, whatever you want to call them, in New York, in the city of New York, there's a small little town that has what they call an underground nightclub. And what happened is this little neighborhood right here, I don't know if you've seen on the videos, there's a hole, you got the sidewalk down the street, right? You got the trees in the middle of the sidewalk, so you got a little bit of landscape around the sidewalk. Well, obviously, as the water runs down this street, has created this pocket or hole that goes underneath the sidewalk. So people are now seeking this little pocket hole because it's big enough to get in there and stand in it. And, the concrete's not coming down on them or anything like that. So this guy right here was actually taking a video of the hole where people are standing in it, and they got like wigs on and glow sticks and all the LED lights in there. There's only like 3 people that can fit down there, but still, people are seeking this out all over the world, all over the United States. Well, this young lady, this is her neighborhood, and she got fed up with it. Tell me if you agree with what she says about this guy filming this little hole underneath a tree and underneath the sidewalk near a tree.
You're making it worse for the people who actually live here. And then you post it on TikTok, and all your little friends make racist comments about my neighbors.
They weren't my friends. They were just
random
people on the internet.
You're promoting something that sucks. So stay away from here.
And I forget the next couple of lines, but then it goes.
So there they are. They got a little strobe light and stuff underneath the stairwells.
Your own block and mess up the area over there. Why don't you
catch up, internet?
Mess up your own block?
I'm at the mercy of the internet.
You want to have a conversation? We can have a conversation. We're allowed to shoot on the street. We're not going in there. So.
Well, you were. We all saw it.
No, well. That was earlier.
Not now.
So that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the time, multiple times actually, that you and your friends came over here dressed as clowns.
Do you know how many people across the world I made happy and smile and laugh? People on this block, and
at the expense of people who live here.
Actually, people that live here, a lot of people live here came up to us and they said, "You brighten our day. You made us happy." And they also said about the block president, they said, "Don't worry, she's like that to everybody. She's the rage."
I did not know that was there. Like, that was awesome.
This is a guy, lived in the neighborhood. He's like, I had no idea that was there. And that was the block president that was over there and saying, hey, look, you're giving our neighborhood a bad name. Cut it out. And he's like, oh, no, man, everything's cool. I brought happy faces to everyone around the world. And she's like, I don't care. Stop doing it. Well, he's right to a certain point. But, yes, he has no couth, and she's right to a certain point saying, hey, look, don't do this. It's kind of bad grammar, bad couth is the only thing I can think of right now as far as that. Now, Elon Musk, you've heard of that guy, right? He's not going anywhere, is he? Elon Musk tweeted he offered to make McDonald's take Dogecoin. Now, think of that. Billionaire, a local vocal champ for cryptocurrency, wants the fast food giant to accept the meme coin as means for payment. Will the owner of Big Mac accept Dogecoin cryptocurrencies as payment for fries and burgers? The fast food chain is now against its back, against the wall, when Elon Musk said, hey, you know what? We'll put a little pressure on you. Why don't you guys, accept some Dogecoin so I'm not the only one out here sitting around. by the launch of last week, the co-founder of Dogecoin and the fans of so-called the People's Way to Pay has just received support by the richest man in the world. I would happily eat. This is a tweet from Elon Musk. I will eat a Happy Meal on TV if McDonald's accepts a Dogecoin. Now, come on, man. That is big. That's a big push for Dogecoin and McDonald's at the same time. And McDonald's, slightly replied, we'll accept Dogecoin when you accept Grimace coins. And, come on, McDonald's, you're dropping the ball. He's going to push that on to someone else. And then someone else, some other company, Arby's. God, I had an Arby's sandwich the other day. Whoa, God, what like a rock in my stomach. But he's going to go to someone else. But I guess maybe he likes McDonald's, so he's pushing the Dogecoin for McDonald's. So we'll see what happens. Hang tight. What they say? Hold the line. Hold the line. I'm still holding on to it. Let me see. I'm going to look it up on my phone right now and see where it's at. Dogecoin. And I go by Robinhood. And you can get some free stocks. Go over to Profit Radio. There's a little thing for free stocks there. Holy shit. Let's see. Dogecoin is sitting right around 15 cents a share. So I actually bought it when it was at, I think, 21 cents a share. So I've lost a little bit, but still, it's the long game, right? It's the long game. Now, someone else is hoping on the long game. The Federal Reserve is releasing a report last week saying that it's going to create its fully digital U.S. dollar and could be serve a more stable alternative to the other digital forms of money like cryptocurrency. Called Central Bank Digital Currencies, CBDC, the currency would be equivalent to the digital form of paper money here in the United States. So you're saying, aren't we basically doing that right now? Well, yes, to a certain point. It's basically just numbers going back and forth through the computer, but there is some kind of physical paper money, which the U.S. Reserve is backing that money. When you start doing this digital coin stuff or digital dollars or what they call central bank digital currencies, that's not protected by the FDIC or Federal Disability Increments Cap Size. I don't know. What's the FDIC? Yeah, FDIC. Sorry, I had it right the first time. FDIC, it's not protected by that. So they're actually trying to get into the game. I don't know how that's going to work, but the U.S. Federal Reserve is going to start looking into creating a fully digital U.S. dollar. Great. That's all we need. More fake money out there for us to figure out who. No, I got Monopoly money. What kind of money do you have? Chutes and Ladders money? No, that's not worth anything to me. I need Monopoly money or Parcheesi money, something like that. It's gonna be a big mess. I can just see it. All right, guys, stick around. A little bit more to get into, and we'll let you get back to what you got to do. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Profit Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. I would like to say something. Oh, by the way, we broadcast just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, a beautiful little town we like to call Marshville. We sit on about 22 some odd acres here. We have outside animals, inside animals, and a whole lot of stuff going on here at the property at any given time. So a lot of my purchasing and stuff that I do is online. Now, one thing, one of our sponsors of the show here, I don't know if you can see my shirt. You see that? Let me make sure I got the right screen up so everyone can see me. We can all be friends. There we go. Here's my shirt. Sweetwater.com. Holy mackerel. About 85% of the stuff I have here in the studio is purchased through Sweetwater.com. And when I say that, it's because you say, why? Why can't you buy it from Amazon? Well, I can buy it from Amazon. I can buy it from anywhere. When I go to Sweetwater to buy all my audio stuff, my musical stuff, I trust them because that's all they do. And when I say I trust them, it's because as soon as I make an order for something, like I just bought another outstanding microphone over there, as soon as I made that order, within an hour, 1 hour, I get a phone call from them saying, hey, we appreciate your order. Do you have any questions about what you bought? No, I'm good. All right, great. Well, if you have any questions, we're here for you anytime, 24 hours a day. We'll let you know as soon as that package goes out, and we'll let you know as soon as you get it, and we'll find out, physically, a human being called me. And it's so cool to have that kind of connection. If I had any questions about, hey, how do I hook this up just right? Once I purchase the product, they'll walk me through it and they'll make sure I get everything that I need. So that's Sweetwater.com. And I highly recommend it for any of you out there inspiring to do podcasts, or if you do current podcasts now, check them out. The prices, hey man, if you want the best, you got to pay for the best. And So that's what you kind of do, and read reviews on all that stuff, and it's 5 stars across the board. So that's sweetwater.com. Now, someone hates that new game out there, Wordle. Now, I asked my wife the other day, you playing Wordle yet? And she's like, oh, I still don't know what that is. I have no idea what it is. Now, it's taking a hold slowly, but it's taking a hold on what it is. It's a app for your phone, a word game or something like that. I don't know. I see it on TikTok now and then. I see it on Facebook feed. People posting hints and stuff. Help, I can't figure out this word. Well, right now, Twitter is getting up in... Did I do something? You know what I forgot to do? Sorry about that. Wordle players get 6 chances to guess 5-letter words. On social media, people are sharing the graphic that shows how they got their answer without the answer. The spoiler has been banned from Twitter. So Twitter right now is knocking down all these Wordle, which is hard to say, Wordle puzzle cheaters or spoilers. So here we go. Good morning. I am Steven Inskep. Twitter does not allow spoilers to Wordle. As many know, Wordle is a game where players get 6 chances to guess 5-letter words. On social media, people share the graphic that shows how they got the answers without the answer. But don't take that too far. Twitter blocked the account and revealed that revealed an answer. Everybody gets the same word every day. Oh, okay, so I didn't know that. I guess I thought it was all random words. So everyone gets the same word every day. So one spoiler would ruin it for everyone else. Steve is a 5-letter word. Just saying. It's morning edition. So that's, I guess, that day, that was the hint or whatever, so that their Twitter's taking all the spoilers out. So don't cheat. Don't go out there and cheat. You little cheaters out there trying to get the Wordle. I can't figure it out. Just saying. Now, along the same line as social network and social media and everything is YouTube. Now, YouTube has slowly dipped its foot into the streaming field, the streaming audience. What do they got? The Red Talk tables. There's a couple movies and stuff that are only on YouTube, and you have to pay like a premium fee. And a lot of people that were on YouTube that supported YouTube from the very beginning were getting pissed off. They're like going, hey, screw all your money-making stuff. We're the ones making you guys money. Focus on us. Focus on the content creators. Well, as of now, YouTube shuts down all original content to focus on supporting YouTubers. The video giant YouTube has announced that it's shutting down its original program division. It will no longer support the creation of new original content, instead focusing on funding existing YouTubers who post exclusively to the platform. The announcement comes ahead of YouTube's longtime global head of original content, Suzanne Daniels, departing the company on March 1st. YouTube, the biggest and best video platform in the world, is what an exciting, tremendous experience I had working with all you, blah, blah, blah. The content could contribute to the... All right. So I'm proud that our YouTube original content could contribute to ongoing growth and success in a remarkable platform. I look forward to doing new ventures ahead. So what happened is we paid more than $30 billion to creators and artists and media companies over the last 3 years. However, with rapid growth comes new opportunities, and now our investment can take us a greater impact for more creators and apply it toward their initiatives. So I guess they're backing off doing the original content, original movies, and original stories. But I mean, isn't that kind of what YouTube is? I mean, a lot of people do original content. I was watching, what is it? We Are the Champions, or We the Champions. Oh God, it's a bug flying around. And there was a YouTuber on there who was talking about eating chilies and hot sauce. It was their channel was called Heat 101, and they were eating hot peppers and stuff. I mean, that's original content. It was really, really interesting to watch them do that. But I guess they're steering away from like big movies and things like that. So they're just changing up. So all you big YouTube influencers out there or original content creators, just watch your accounts, double check on that. Make sure that you are still in the red. Get it? Because never mind. It's a long story. Now, someone who's seeing red right now is Peter Dinklage. Now, I've read this article up and down 15 times, back and forth, and I can't figure out what exactly he is mad about. Now, if you don't know who Peter Dinklage is, he's a little person. He has dwarfism. He was in the last railroad operator or something like that, where he won an award. Awesome independent film. And he did something called, I think, Game of Thrones or some crappy TV show. But right now, Disney is getting ready to redo, of course, Disney stands for we like to redo everything 15 million times in cartoon form, live action, and so on and so forth. They're redoing, not Alice in Wonderland, they're redoing Snow White. And I guess the problem is that he's having, it's 7 wives and the 7 dwarfs, right? And I just said, Peter Dinklage has dwarfism. They are replacing Snow White with a Latin person. Basically saying, anyone can play Snow White. She could be white, she could be black, she could be whatever. But I guess he's pissed off, and I've read this article a million times, and if I'm missing the point of what his problem is, please, hit me up here. Go to prophetradio.com, click on Be Heard, and tell me what I'm missing, why he's so pissed off. He's saying that's great. You're replacing Snow White with a Latin person. Or, she could be black, white, albino, doesn't matter, whatever. But you're still dealing with dwarfs. And in my mind, I'm like, he says, it seems like you're working backwards. And I'm thinking in my mind, it's called Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. It's not called Snow White and the 7 oddly shapen people. It's dwarfism. Now, if he's got a problem with, you ready? Hear me out here. If he's got a problem with Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs, let's rewind a little bit more and let's look at some other stuff that has little people in it that has done huge success. First thing off the top of my head, Gene Wilder, Charlie, I'm going to mess this up. It's always Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and the second one was Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, where they had little people all over the place. Well, they in the second one, which was horrible, they only had, what was his name, Rip something, who did all the. It was one guy, and they just repeated his body over and over and over again. So it was only one Oompa Loompa, singular, Oompa Loompa. But in the original ones, they had to, and they filmed in Germany, they couldn't find any little people out there because of the Nazi, during World War II, the Nazis killed a lot of the little people in Germany. So they had a hard time finding little people for the first one that they did. And then, of course, like the second one. So is he mad because they're using dwarfs still as a race? I don't know. I don't get what he's saying. I don't understand. Let me see if I can read this a little bit. He says, literally, no offense to anyone, but I was a little taken back when they were very proud to cast a Latino actress for Snow White. But you're telling a story of Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. Take a step back and look at what they're doing there. It makes no sense to me. Now, this is Peter Dinklage talking. You're progressive in one way, but yet you're still making that fucking backwards story about 7 dwarfs living in a cave together. What the fuck are you doing, man? I have done nothing to advance the cause from my soapbox. I guess I'm not yelling loud enough. Dinklage is not in part of the Disney project. So I don't know. What is he? It literally called. I don't know. Is he getting it? Is the big money, the Game of Thrones money, getting to his head? I don't know. If you know, let us know. Go to prophetradio.com, click on Be Heard. Now, when we come back, you remember that movie Weekend at Bernie's? They went to the guy's house for the weekend and he ended up dying on him. Well, these guys, it happened in real life, and they tried to make some money doing it. We'll find out what happened to them right after this. Stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. You want something for free? Of course you want something for free. I will give you something for free, and the way you get that is go over to Prophet Radio, PROPHET Radio. Click on the free swag section and fill out that little form. Excuse me. And we'll send you over some magnets, some stickers and stuff for the show and all the other different podcasts that we do. I'll get you a little goodie bag, and you can put that on your refrigerator. You can stick it on your car, do whatever you want to them. or with them. Oh, God. My allergies, with all the snow and everything getting away now, the allergy stuff, all the pollen is, what pollen? I don't know. It's getting me. It's getting me good. I know, right in the microphone. That's real good. Sorry, Charlie. All right, let me see if I can get through this segment. Now, with everything being lifted as far as like COVID and restrictions, we still have to wear a mask in some places. I think the airlines are doing that now. Still, you're in a big tube. I understand that. But yet, I was watching, Cheer? That whole, the thing about the cheerleading and Navarro High or Navarro Community College. And they had the COVID-19 hit them right in the middle of their cheer practice and everything. And everyone's in the stands, no mask, barely a mask. And I'm sitting there going, because COVID's not real, as we know. Ask Neil Young. I'm sitting there going, COVID, not COVID, not, pointing out the people wearing a mask and not wearing a mask in the audience. So I just said, that's kind of funny. But now the restrictions are being lessened, being lifted, but still in some airlines, most airlines, you still have to wear a mask. Delta, I don't know what they're trying to do. They banned alcohol sales and any drink sales on planes, I believe, for a while. I could be wrong. I haven't flown in the last 2 years since this all started, but Delta Airlines right now is turning to canned wine to push the phase out for plastic. Now, hold on a minute. Are you switching one for the other? Delta Airlines' latest change on its in-flight offering is sure to generate a strong feeling among wine snobs. No, you're not. You just want to get hammered in the air. You're not going up there because you want a nice vintage Pinot Grigio. Give me a turn, leave, and let's get on with the flight. The carrier this month began stocking wine in aluminum cans, moving away from the plastic bottles as it offered previously. Were they plastic bottles of wine? I thought they were little glass bottles, the little barefoot in the park, little shooters that you would get from like the 7-Eleven or whatever. I don't know. I don't buy wine on a plane. For coach passengers on certain cross-country flights, the shift, which expands to all domestic flights later this year, is intended to reduce Delta's annual plastic use as much as 250,000 pounds each year. Now, so you're going from plastic to aluminum, and you couldn't recycle the plastic or you couldn't recycle the aluminum. I'm confused with what you're trying to do. Are you trying to eliminate the plastic that your company provides or creates, or are you trying to increase the aluminum that your company? I would say just get a box of wine and just like a trough, roll it down there and just kind of pull from the tap like you do when you go to your continental breakfast at the Hampton Inn. They always got the big thing of orange juice and the big thing of milk and the big thing of whatever. They don't have the little stuff. You go up there, little plastic cup, and you're done. You go on about your day. There's no cans. There's no plastic involved other than the cups that you have and the containers, that the big 5-gallon containers that the orange juice or milk comes in. So why can't they just do that with? And then you go, all right. So what do they do now? Then just roll kegs down the aisle? They don't want to have beer cans all over the place. Well, I guess, touche. I understand. But I mean, you're trading one vent for another, which doesn't make sense to me. Now, something that doesn't make sense to me, it did to these two guys. An investigation is on their way in Ireland on Monday after claims that a dead man was taken to the post office by men attempting to collect his pension. Weekend newspapers said that 2 men were suspected of carrying a dead man into the small shop, which doubles as a post office as well, in Carlow, southeast of the capital of Dublin on Friday. One of them told the Sunday World paper he was alive when we left the house. That was horrible. I can't do an Irish accent. He was alive when we left the house with him. That's as close as you're going to get. The pair were quoted as saying, asking the post office staff beforehand if they could collect the man's pension on behalf as he was ill, but they refused. So they basically propped the guy up, went in there and said, hey, here comes Seamus. Seamus, you look a little peaked. Yeah. And maybe they did the finger to the mouth. Yeah, everything's fine. Like a ventriloquist, oh God, now I got myself saying it. A guy who does a What's his name? Dunham. Jeff Dunham. They're doing a Jeff Dunham on him. Hey, I'm here to pick up my pension. Oh, Seamus, you don't look so well. Yeah, it's the COVID and stuff. No, he's dead. Call the police. No. He was alive when we left the house. No, he's dead. You're not getting his pension. What was the plan there? He was alive when we left the house is what they said. You imagine that? What? You've got to be real Irish. You got to be really, really drunk or really, really messed up to say, let's go take Seamus in there so we can go get some more beer money and go down to the pub. I don't know. Now, you want to talk about hair of the dog. If you don't know what that slogan means, all you little kiddies out there, except for Neil Young fans, they all know what that is. All you little kiddies out there, if you don't know what hair of the dog means, it was an old poem that was written back in the 1800s. And the line from the poem, I'm not sure what poem is, but basically it says, and throughout the night, the dog came and crept through sight, bit me on the leg. What a terrible fright. For the next day ran to go back to the dog to get the hair of the dog to ease my fright. Something like that. So it was called the hair of the dog. And when you drink alcohol or drink, you really tie one on, the next morning you go, okay, the hair of the dog. You got bit by the dog. You feel like shit. You want to go back to get the hair of the dog that bit you. So basically you're going back to whatever drink. You grab a beer or something or a wine in a can to bring you back to a normal level. They call that hair of the dog. Well, this woman, I went a long way to tell you this story. This woman right here actually has hair growing on her tongue. And you say, well, how the hell does that happen? A woman whose tongue was partially replaced by her thigh due to cancer says it started growing leg hair. So what happened was a woman whose tongue was partially replaced after with a piece of her thigh during a cancer is opening up a new journey and increasing on popularity. Of course, where at? TikTok. The 42-year-old woman said that she suffered from severe pain following 2013 diagnosis of squamous cells carcinoma, which is the second most common form of skin cancer. Prior to the diagnosis, Newsom, who credits her family, including her husband Anthony and son, blah, 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 noticed white spots formed on her tongue. The spots initially tested negative for cancer, and additional spots started showing up the following year. So what happened was they actually had to remove part of her tongue. Now, of course, when you remove part of her tongue, you don't talk as much. You don't talk as well as I do. So what they do is they graft a piece of their leg, her thigh, and attach it to her tongue, and now she's got a fully functioning tongue. Now, what comes with the thigh is everything that's on the thigh. So if there's hair and everything on your thigh, it starts growing on your tongue. Now, I know this for a fact to be true because my dad, growing up as a young lad, my dad, not me, my dad, was always fishing. That's what my grandparents said. He was always out on a boat, fishing boat and stuff like that. He got sunburnt all the time. Sunscreen and all that wasn't really popular. Dudes don't get sunscreen. You just put a shirt on. Well, my dad actually, throughout his years, had little scabs on his nose. Eventually, they removed, it got worse and worse and worse. Never took care of it. Let it go. They removed his whole entire nose, okay? Gone. Like, he's got like a little floppy nostril on one side. Make sure I'm on the right screen. Little floppy nostril on one side, and his nose right here. And I've talked about this in a couple podcasts ago. Basically, they cut a square or triangle off of his forehead, flipped it around, and put it on his nose and then made it look like a nose. Well, his hairline, of course, he started growing hair on his nose. So this is happening when the woman had her thigh, part of her thigh replaced on her tongue. Yeah, it's going to grow hair. It's going to grow hair right there in the middle of her mouth. You imagine that? You walk in on her and she's with your razor. What are you doing? You throw that away. Now, something you don't want to throw away is your loved one. Well, I say throw them away. When you put them in the ground, some people believe in burying them, putting them in a coffin. I think George Carlin said one time, you want to talk about recycling? You want to protect Mother Earth? this whole pagan ritual of putting people in a coffin and sticking them in the ground and worshiping the gravestone after that. He's like, fuck that. You want to start recycling? Let's start plowing these motherfuckers up, plowing them, getting them back in the soil. Well, this company has taken that quote unquote idea to a certain point. You can help restore the environment after you die by turning into soil yourself. There are already some ways to deal with dead bodies, like the most common practices are burials, cremation, and there's also a novel method which is called aquamation, and there's also another one called recomposition, where you can choose to become compost. Recompost, the first funeral home that turns dead bodies into compost, is launched just outside of Seattle, like on the Canadian border, I'm sure. So Katrina Spade, the founder of Recompost, has spent many years trying to come up with a solution what to do with dead bodies other than follow the traditional way. Since 2011, Spade has refined her own solution of matter, natural organic reduction. After you die, your body will be laid to rest in a vessel on a bed of wood chips, alfalfa, and straw. Over the next 30 days, everything inside the vessel breaks down thanks to natural decomposition. Throw a little yeast in there while you're at it. The soil is removed and placed in a curing bin where it is aerated for several more weeks and then will be donated to a conservation efforts or given back to the person of your choosing. You can also put it in your flower bed and have grandpa out there by the flower bed and put some plants in there. Now, right now, Recompost is a new company, so they only have room for 10 people at a time. And you say, well, what's the price of being Recompost? About $5,500. So, and they're looking for closer to 2024 to having 40 spots. So I guess they have these containers. They only have enough for 10 people where they put the body in it and they let it, do its thing and decompose. And then they turn it into mulch and then grind it. What about the bones? You got to pull the bones out. Maybe you do an agreement to where you can sell them to the scientific lab, make skeletons or something out of them. Or maybe you can... Maybe they'll put them back together for you. You can have them out front for Halloween. I don't know. They don't say anything about the bones. They just say about your body and stuff. She's still working on it, I guess. Maybe they'll grind those up and put them in a powder, and you can keep that on the mantle. All right, guys, when we come back, we're going to talk about what is going on with M&Ms and what is going on with McDonald's one more time in the news feed about a new ice cream they're coming out with. Yeah, the ice cream machine's working. Stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Make sure you follow us on all your social networks, and the way you do that is go over to Prophet Radio, PROPHET Radio. Click on social contacts. You can see all the places that you can find us: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Podcatch, something. There's a whole bunch of up there. And make sure you like and subscribe and do all that stuff. We're available on YouTube. We're available on Twitch as well. That's where the live streams mostly. It's a brand new live stream over there, but we're available on Facebook and all that, and YouTube as well for our live stream. And then for every podcast we do, once we get out of production, the rebroadcast of the show will be available as well on those platforms and that you are linked to. Now, Pepsi Cola. I like Pepsi Cola. I try to stay away from Pepsi products. I try to stay away from all sodas. The only thing we're doing right now, like I said in the beginning of the show, we're drinking seltzered water. So we do the soda stream, and what we do is you fill up the little liter of water, you put the carbonation in it, and then I always add just a little bit of lemon juice, a little bit of lime juice, and then that's it. That's what I drink throughout the day. It's good. It cuts down on sugar, and it's all natural juices and stuff, and it's good for you and good for the environment as well. I'm not throwing away 57 water seltzer cans all over the place. Recycle bin was getting full. Not that has anything to do with me, but Pepsi right now has created a Pepsi donut. Now, people go, all right, well, tell us what's going on with the Pepsi donut. Here's what's exactly going on. Pepsi may seem like a strange flavor of a donut, but that's not stopping this crafting this creative mashup for no strangers of unique flavors. The beverage giant is collaborated with the original Randy's Donut in Inglewood, California to create Pepsi Cola Cream Donut. Now, that would be kind of good if you got the like a sugary glazed donut with frosting on top and like a Boston cream, the cola cream inside. you got to be careful because there's a lot of sugar in there. But right now they're playing old school soda shop flavors, perhaps a little something to do with this year's Super Bowl being held in LA. Even if you've never been to Randy's, here's a chance that this iconic giant donut on the roof will either... Oh, you've seen the iconic giant donut on the roof, kind of like the one that The Simpsons has, either while driving or displayed in a music or movies. For example, the popular donut shop appeared in Maroon 5's Beautiful Mistake. You know what donut shop I'm talking about. The big Randy's Donut. It's got a big donut on top of the building. It's bigger than the whole building itself. Well, they partner with Pepsi, like a real-life crossover episode between your favorite shows. So almost, it's too good to be true, lasts just for a short time, probably closer to the Super Bowl and things like that. So the limited edition flavor is available as a part of a combo box, which includes one donut, a 20-ounce Pepsi for only $5. The soda-infused confection will feature Pepsi Cola and the cream as its flavor, topped off with Pop Rocks, Jesus Christ, red, white, and blue frosting, and a form of Pepsi in the form of Pepsi logo. It'll be available all the way through February 20th, 2022. So there you go. Big Pepsi fan? You want to be a Pepsi fan? Get out there at Randy's big donut shop there and hang out with the Pepsi donut. Now, McDonald's, back in the news again. McDonald's has a new ice cream flavor coming to markets right now. Now, first of all, I don't know. McDonald's really has to be careful about saying that we're creating a new ice cream when the whole thing is there's an app actually that says, you know, when the ice cream machines are bad at the McDonald's, they're not working. And I think the FBI was actually investigating them for a while to find out what actually is going on with their ice cream machines. But nonetheless, they are now releasing a chili paste pork ice cream to its menu. Now, it's available all the way through April 5th at participating McDonald's restaurants across Thailand. Sorry, guys. I know you're going to go, give me that chili paste pork ice cream. Let me get some of that. The unique frozen treat features the fast food giant signature vanilla soft serve topped with chili paste sauce and shredded pork flossed throughout the ice cream. The eccentric flavor combination reported as a rich, spicy, and meaty ice cream experience that customers will want to try again and again. And you laugh, you say, oh, that's gross, that's whatever. They've come out with ketchup ice cream, they've come out with mustard ice cream, and I guess, from my knowledge, I haven't seen any stories that they're bad, so no stories is good stories, I guess. So McDonald's is coming out with a chili paste pork soda, only available in Thailand. So all you people over there in Thailand or close to those areas over there, do me a favor, take a picture and send it to me. And the way you do that, and anyone out there can email me at any time. That's deacon@profitradio.com. You can email me pictures of things you got going on. If you have any questions for me that you don't want to go on the air and talk about, you can email me at any time at deacon@profitradio.com, and I'll read them on the air. Yes, I will. Now, one thing that's going on right now, we were talking about all the controversy with Neil Young doesn't want to be with Joe Rogan because Joe Rogan says, you know, vaccines are fake and COVID's bad and it's not real and all this other stuff. And then you got Peter Dinklage talking about short people got no reason to be short people. We're replacing the wrong stereotype in movies and whatever his problem is. Here's another problem that we didn't know that we needed that someone decided that we do need. M&M's, peanut, regular M&M's, all the different flavors, the M&M's candies are getting revamped. Why? Who knows? Who knows? Someone out there said we need to make the M&M's a little bit more not so intimidating, I guess. Here's a little news article. And for every podcast we do, we have a matching video as well. And you can see this video in real time as we're talking about it here on the show. So here we go. M&M's.
Characters have gotten a modern makeover. On the inside and out, the 6 characters will have a redesign to their personalities and look. The Mars company said in a press release, They've created new looks for the characters to underscore the importance of self-expression and power of community. One of the most notable changes includes the once controversial green M&M's design. The character went from white heel go-go boots to sneakers, reflecting a more effortless confidence. The dynamic of the green M&M and brown M&M will now be a more friendly one to showcase a force supporting women.
They're holding hands.
Brown will now wear a heel at professional height. The red M&M, who has shown bully tendencies, will get a personality makeover and be more kind to his counterparts. The redesign will also include characters of all shapes and sizes, moving away from only one body size, and prefixes like Miss Brown will be removed too. So, what do you think of the new changes?
I think it's bullshit. That's what I think. Why are we changing the characters of the M&Ms to make sure that they're friendly, they're nice, everyone likes them? You know what? Then get rid of the Smurfs. Take the Smurfs, all the Smurfs, take them off the thing. You want to talk about M&Ms with our different attitudes and characters and stuff? What are we just talking about? The 7 dwarfs. What do you got? Sleepy, Angry, Doc, Cokie. I forget the other one. You got all those. Why don't we just make them all neutral dwarfs then? And then if you're going to make them all neutral, or not neutral, but just all a little bit more friendly, then lose the colors themselves. Make them all just brown. Make them all just whatever one color. No, why are we doing this? I like the red ones. You know why? Because I can identify with the red one. The red one's a big bully, as you can tell. The yellow one's kind of a dopey dummy. The green one shows a little bit of sexiness. You know, with the high heels on now, the go-go boots, and now she doesn't have the go-go boots. And the brown one had now sensible heels with a wider heel on the bottom, like Nurse Ratched in Cuckoo's Nest. Why are they doing that to the characters? They're making them more. Everyone's got flat top Keds on. That's what they got. I don't identify with that. And if I don't identify them, I'm not going to eat them. I won't. Well, I take that back. I bought a pack last night. Now, one thing that identifies with food is Millie. Now, Millie was trapped in a large grass field and couldn't find her way out. Now, Millie's looks like a little terrier, a little white terrier. She couldn't find her way out. And every time anyone got close to her, she would run. She's a little skittish and stuff. So how did they get Millie out of this whole entire grass field without getting next to her? Well, they did this. Oh, let me put this on. So Millie's a Jack Russell Terrier lost out in the field. Rescuers at Inworth, England, discovered that Millie's location in the middle of a marsh. The marsh was too dangerous for them to attempt to rescue her on foot. So what did they do? They tied a sausage to a drone and flew it close to Millie. Kind of like the carrot in front of the horse. There goes Millie. She's chasing the sausage through the marsh field, trying to get the dog out of the marsh field to a safer area to where everyone can grab her. Here she comes. There's the drone. So you're looking down at Millie chasing this sausage tied to a rope, tied to a drone. And Millie was rescued and saved, and everyone's doing all right. She went to the vet, and everything's good. So that was kind of funny. They tied a sausage on a long piece of string and hovered it above Millie to get her out of the marsh fields over there in England. All right, guys. We appreciate each and every one of you listening to us, downloading us, sharing us with all your friends and everything. I'm going to let you guys get back to what you got to do. My name is the Deacon saying goodnight and goodnight.
Wait. Come back.
This is the end. The absolute end.
Écoute-moi.
I had to do this. Just in case. See you.